earlier I came home, it's quite late, I've got my pyjamas on, I really need to remove this makeup and... Well, actually, I'm not going to sleep. What am I talking about? I am going to read a new book, Chimamanda Ngozi's Dream Count, which has been everywhere and a delight. My goodness, have I enjoyed reading every single page. I am coming towards the end. It is a book, you know when you read someone's writing and it makes you feel less alone in the sense that, another human feels this way. It's not just me. And they're able to articulate it in a way that you, not only that you can't articulate it, but they somehow make emotions that you didn't even know were there come out of you, right? So Chimamanda Ngozi has always done that for me, and I love, 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 love this book. Anyway, I'm going to finish that towards the end of the night, and then I might just like, I don't know, binge watch something. So I'm looking forward to that. And then I thought to myself, wait a minute, I haven't done a chit chat video in a long, 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 long time. So that is what I'm going to do now. I have videos on TikTok, a series where I share 30 things that I've learned in the 30 years of my existing on this earth. I thought I could maybe have a video on my YouTube channel where I bring all of those lessons together in one video. And it doesn't have to be 30 or 30. Some of them are going to be lessons that I've learned and I've mastered and that I now am able to apply to my everyday life, and ones that I'm still learning. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to get straight into it. And the first one has to be something that I say to myself regularly. I don't need to say it to myself so often because it's in my subconscious. I accept it. I navigate the world with this mentality, which is you are literal sunshine. Be you. There's no one else like you. It's your greatest power. The fact that you have your own unique fingerprint, the fact that you view the way in which you view the world, who you are, your life experiences. Yes, it may cross over with others. You have been created by a magnificent, powerful, all-knowing being. You are not here by accident. Do not waste your life trying to replicate another person's life. What a waste. What a waste. And I guess when I said that to myself, I said that to myself many, 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 many years ago, it made me look into so many other areas of my life. But the root is be yourself, be authentic. What does that mean though, right? You don't just suddenly wake up and then say, yeah, I'm going to be myself. And then like, life is easy, right? You have to figure out who you are. And there are ways of figuring out who you are, right? What do I like? What don't I like? Who do I like? All these important questions that you have to ask yourself really require some time alone. And when you're constantly surrounded by people, right? You're in groups, friendship groups, or you're constantly on like social media, or you are constantly consuming. You have no time to pause and figure out what it is that's important to you. So that's that. You are sunshine. Do not be anyone else. Be you, right? And that requires a lot of work, and that itself could be an entire video. And then the second one was look after your body while you can. Look after your body in your youth. Do not allow the lie that you have time or that you will forever be youthful ruin your golden years, right? You want to spend time with the people that you love and be there and be present during your golden era, rather than stuck in a hospital spending time with your nurses and doctors when you really should be spending time with your grandchildren and your great-grandchildren, right? So look after your body while you can. Do not take it for granted. You might not feel the weight of age and the effects of it, but it will come, and you will not always be this slim or healthy or capable. Things will get harder. Life will only get more difficult. Build your glutes, build your back so it can support you and help you stand and walk and do everyday things without support in your 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and if God wills it, hundreds, right? So that's that. And that's something that I have really had to tell myself more, rather than lose weight, look this way, look that way. The focus is longevity. The focus is good health for a long period of time. The focus is not popping pills from the age of like 40. So I think that's had a great impact. The physique will come. It's a natural result of the hard work. Another one, and I don't know which number I'm on, but get out of your own way. And getting in your own way can look like procrastination. It can look like perfection. It can look like avoidance. It can look like overindulgence in food, in overspending, in looking for things that are external to you to cope with the fact that you are not doing what you know you are meant to be doing. So get out of your own way, because if you are not for you and you insist on getting in your own way, no one can be for you. So that's that. Another one, which my uncle used to mention to me often, he used to say, every year, make sure you save £5,000. And he said this to me as a very young woman. I knew it was valuable advice, I just didn't know how to do it. And because I was, again, avoiding lots of things, I was overindulging, I was over shopping, I was overspending to cope with this emotion or this thing that I'm trying to avoid. And so I didn't take that advice. I wish I had, because it was valuable advice. I would go a step further and say, learn to invest your money. Your money will die with inflation. Don't allow that. Invest your money. Learn how investing works. Do so before you have a lot to lose, right? Before kids and a house and responsibilities. Life will only get more difficult. The responsibilities will start to stack up. Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself financially. Prepare yourself physically for when these responsibilities arrive, so you have the back to carry these responsibilities and to be there for the people that you love. It's not. But this, I'm going to end it on this one, and this is a really important one, which is get not just familiar, master the art of your mind being where your feet are. I think for people who overthink, this is an incredibly important skill to develop. I don't know why mindfulness is not something that's more actively taught in schools, especially in the world that children are now growing up in, where you are just constantly bombarded with information from the moment you wake up. But for those of you who are overthinkers, I am the leader of overthinkers. I overthink absolutely everything. My mind is constantly like on, racing all the time. So I've done two things, because I don't like to know that something is wrong and then say, well, I need to, this is the issue, I need to identify the issue. I don't like identifying an issue about myself and then saying, oh, I need to fix it, and then leave it at that, because then you're in this horrific cycle of just recognize, do nothing about it, feel awful, and repetitive cycle of just agony, right? So I said, fine, I overthink all the time. It's impacting me a lot. It's having an impact on my skin. Stress really impacts my skin, as well as processed sugar, which is another conversation. I need to do something about this. Fitness was a huge help. When I started to take my fitness really, really seriously, I realized I can't overthink, or I can't think about what I'm going to eat for dinner, meal prepping, what's coming up in the week, what I've done wrong, regrets, things that I need to be doing, whatever. My mind can't go to 120 different places when I have to focus on an assisted handstand, or I have to focus on engaging my glutes, or actively engage in different parts of my body in order to execute a certain exercise. So that's been wonderful. But I'm not in the gym all the time, and that's not realistic or sustainable, right? I'm not in the gym all the time. That's not where my life is. My life is in the outside world. So I was like, okay, cool. Let's identify the times in which I am overthinking constantly. And it's when I have free time. When I'm at work, I'm focused, I'm working. I'm thinking here and there. But it's when I'm reading a book, when I'm traveling, like from work to this place, to that place, when I'm drinking something, when I'm eating, anytime I'm required to do something that doesn't require me to focus on some deep work so I can actually get work done, my mind goes to 130 different places. So I'm not able to, for lack of better words, stop and smell the roses. I can't do it. So I thought, this is not very good. So I thought, okay, instead of starting from instead of addressing every time I overthink, let me just focus on my commute. When I am commuting, for instance, I walk a lot to work. I will focus on the trees. I will focus on the way that they sway. I will focus on the leaves. I will focus on the trunk. I will focus on everything to do with the trees on my way to work. I started to take out my AirPods because I'm not taking in the environment and the world around me. I'm just in this. It's almost like as soon as I put the AirPods in, it only enables that overthinking. So taking out the AirPods and allowing yourself to hear the traffic and the kids' laughter and the people walking past, and like actually look at other human beings and smile and take in the world rather than just like going through it constantly, has allowed me to pause and bring myself back down to earth and keep my mind where my feet are. So I'm going to end this video here. I'm happy to say my journey to 50 kg has turned into my journey to losing a large amount of body fat, a healthy amount, because obviously as a woman I need body fat, right? I don't want to disrupt my period and that sort of thing. I am able to fit into all my clothes, which are pretty small, but I'm able to fit into them. I'm not able to slip into them. But I'm so happy I started when I did, because it's now spring and I have the whole of April and the whole of May to really like get myself to the point that I want to get to, because I want to be able to slip into my clothes. I don't want to struggle fit, you know. I don't want things to just fit. I want things to be comfortable and like a little bit loose, you know, like I want it to be breathable. I finished my master's. I am attending an ABA conference tomorrow, which is very exciting. I'm happy about work. I'm happy about where I'm at. I can see myself molding into the woman I always knew I could be. So that's very, very exciting. But yeah, I will keep you guys up to date. The next couple videos, now that March is over, I'll do a Somali Girls Finds. I need to find Guntinos, all of that. I've got Khasil and Usbur and all of those things. My mum went back home to Somalia and bought me plenty. God bless her soul. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Nolosha Haidin Wa'nato, which in English translates very loosely as may life be good to you.